Hi, here we are at the warehouse where we are storing all of our equipment. I'm going to go inside and show you the buoy and some of the other kit that we've been bringing with us. This is the inside of a heated warehouse, which is really useful to us so we can get everything ready without freezing ourselves. This is a sled and a snow machine that we took out yesterday with some bear guards so that we could practice drilling holes in the ice and make sure that we had a plan for how we were going to deploy some of our equipment that's actually wider than the width of one ice hole. So we kind of sorted that out yesterday. This is the buoy that we're going to be deploying. This is the surface float. So it contains the batteries for the Iridium satellite uplink and the GPS locator. This is a conductive cable, and on it are all of our instruments. These are the top instruments that will be frozen back in within the ice hole, and this measures light. You can see this is the sensor right here. This is the battery for this sensor, and below it is a second sensor that's exactly the same that also measures light with its battery unit. I'm going to step across you. The next sensor in line is temperature. And we follow the cable this way. This is the biggest sensor cluster, and what we're looking at here is again a light measurement. This time we're going to be measuring 3 different wavelengths of light plus PAR, which is light in the visible spectrum as a total. And this sensor is a fluorometer. It's going to measure the amount of chlorophyll and CDOM in the water as well as backscatter from particles. So we have the 2 battery units for those. We have another temperature plus pressure sensor. More temperature, follow it around. The second in-water light sensor. More temperature. You follow this around, another temperature sensor. And then this is the bottommost sensor. This is 20 meters from that top sensor. It's measuring light as well. And then we have a temperature and a pressure sensor. And then at the very bottom is the weight that's going to help keep this whole sensor line straight and vertical in the water column. So what we're going to do when we get out in the ice is drill a hole and basically just feed everything through and then anchor the float on the surface of the ice. This is an instrument that we're going to deploy separately that we were testing yesterday. This measures light in the water column as well. We're not going to leave this out like we were with the buoy. This we're just going to profile so we can measure light all the way down so that we can match this up with the buoy sensors and make sure that we're happy that everything is recording properly. So this is kind of wide, and we were trying to figure out a method of getting it down, cutting an ice hole that's wide enough. So that's what we were practicing yesterday. And what we're going to do now is pack the buoy back up because I've tested it, and put everything in the truck and take it down to the warehouse where the helicopter is so that we can stage everything out of there. We're going to be able to talk to the helicopter pilot later today and make a plan. The weather looks good for the weekend. Today is Friday, so we're hoping we could fly out and deploy either Saturday or Sunday as long as the weather holds. So we'll hopefully shoot some video for you out on the ice.